Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
First up, new on the Nightbeat, more than 30 fire units called out to this apartment complex on Blanco Road just a few hours ago in response to a fire out.
It happened around 8:30 in these apartments in the 12,300 block of Blanco Road. Right now, we know the fire started on the first floor, then spread to the second. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Investigators are still working to figure out what started that fire. Also new tonight, a man was found dead on a piece of property in St. Hedwig, and investigators are still trying to piece together how it happened. Bexar County deputies say he was found on FM 1518 this afternoon when the landowner was checking his property and noticed the body.
Deputies say they believe that man was in his 50s or 60s, and they say that body was decomposing. Right now, we don't know much more than that, but Sheriff Javier Salazar says early indications are there was no foul play involved.
At this point, either this appears more to be some sort of a medical episode or heat-related death.
Investigators have tentatively identified the man's body, but won't be releasing that information until the medical examiner confirms it first. Of course, we will keep you updated on this investigation on air and online at KSAT.com.
And police are still searching for a suspect tonight who shot a teen in the leg overnight. This happened at an apartment complex in a parking lot in the 5200 block of Blanco Road. Police say two friends were in that parking lot when gunshots rang out. Those teens running for safety. That's when one of them realized he was shot. The boy taken to the hospital. Right now, police have not released any information about possible suspects.
Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar is officially seeking re-election. Salazar is in his second term right now and made the announcement to run again earlier today at the San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association. He kicked off his re-election campaign by telling people in attendance he believes the decision will lead to a better Bexar County.
I just felt that I could have the best effect on my community, not just my community, but this region, this state, by staying right here as Bexar County Sheriff for another 4 years.
Salazar's current term as Bexar County Sheriff is set to end on December 31st, 2024. Well, triple-digit temperatures are not only uncomfortable, they're life-threatening, especially for those experiencing homelessness here in our community. Outreach teams at Haven for Hope aren't taking that lightly.
Yeah, the night team's Avery Everett joined Haven for Hope this afternoon while they worked overtime to help those in need beat the heat.
They want help, man. I can help get it.
Pete Barrera packs as much as he can into his truck.
I got granola bars, I got crackers, I got waters, I got electrolytes.
And by the end of the day, it's empty again.
Yeah.
6 days a week, Barrera is driving through the streets of San Antonio, handing out supplies to those without shelter.
I got waters, I got cold, I got snacks. Y'all want some stuff, man? I'm here on a friendly basis.
He works for Haven for Hope. And this summer, the nonprofit is upping its efforts to help those in need.
We can't reach everybody, we can't save everybody, but we do the best we can.
And Sierra Smith is one of those people.
I've just been there, just outside all day, just hanging in there, really.
Smith says the extreme heat has been hard this summer, but it's something she's getting used to.
It's hot right now, but there's been hotter days where I'm just want to give up.
And she says Haven for Hope has helped her get through the heat.
There's nice people that come out to us and they come to the fence like that and they feed us.
Living out of a tent for the last 9 months.
People just bring tarps.
Rodriguez says she just wants to feel seen.
We're out here just like y'all are. I said, just because y'all have houses, we may not have houses. Our houses might be in a tent.
And that feeling, Barrera says he's hoping he's supplying the most.
Just remember that everybody's a human being no matter what situation they're in. Just because somebody's on the street doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person.
Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
And both of the women we spoke to say they're not ready to live in a shelter yet, either because of a current relationship that they're in or pets that they have. Haven for Hope encourages prospective clients to ask about their pet kennel. And we asked shelter staff about capacity. They say they're pretty full, but they are ready to help more people. If you'd like to help, check out our website for ways to support these initiatives.
An Eastside civil rights hero's legacy will last forever. John Inman's voice was cemented in time with a historical marker outside Mount Zion Baptist Church earlier this afternoon. Many remember Inman as a barber, but he was much more than that. A crowd of people coming together today to remember and honor his voice for the voiceless that always spoke out against injustice here in San Antonio.
This is why so many people here today, because they realize that they had a leader that believed in God, believed in his people, and did all he could until his dying day for his community.
Inman's barbershop used to sit just down the street from Mount Zion Baptist, where he worshiped every Sunday. It's never too early to get ready to go back to school. Harlandale ISD welcoming students and their families to its annual Back to School Bash earlier today. The district wanting to ensure all of the students are ready for a successful school year. So that's why they had free school supplies, some of the required immunizations, and even haircuts for the kids. Just a few of the things that the district was offering.
We have backpacks, school supplies, immunizations, haircuts, several things for them to take advantage of, and everything is free.
The district managed to give away 1,000 backpacks full of school supplies to those students who showed up today.
Awesome. All right, let's head outside with live cam this Saturday night. Temperatures still in the low 90s here in San Antonio. We're pretty quiet, and for the most part, it was quiet out there today. We had some mid and high level clouds, but it was still a hot start to the weekend. Although we actually did not hit the triple digit mark. Today, we only got up to 99 degrees. That is still a little bit hotter than the average of 96, well below the record of 104 that was set back in 2017, but we did not hit the century mark. Don't get used to it though, because as we head into the back half of the weekend, especially tomorrow afternoon already, I think we will see a triple digit reading here in San Antonio, and that heat is not going anywhere. Near record triple digit heat continues as we get ready to wrap up the month of July and head into the start of August, thanks to high pressure still in control. The good news is Saharan dust filters out of here throughout the day tomorrow, but unfortunately, still no notable rain chances in the forecast over the next 7 days. We'll get you a full look at all of those details coming up here in just a few.
Thank you, Mia. We'll see you in a bit. One mother struggling with drug addiction is no longer waiting to get the help she needs. The woman and her daughter will spend months away from their family as she tries to beat her addiction.
The Night Team's Camille Juarez explains why that woman traveled thousands of miles to get the help she needs right here in San Antonio.
Is it squeaking?
Raina Hardy needed addiction recovery for years, and she would have gone sooner if she could have stayed close to her 3-year-old daughter.
Swing is definitely her favorite.
Then she found the one place she could recover with her daughter by her side.
They said, come on in. Ready?
Hardy traveled all the way from Montana to find Adult Teen Challenge on the city's south side. Although she will spend a year away from her family, having her daughter with her makes it all worth it.
Especially on hard days when you feel like you're gonna quit or like you're ready to quit, and then you look over, you see your daughter smile, and you can't.
Adult Teen Challenge is a faith-based addiction recovery home serving men, women, and teenagers for decades.
Go show it off.
For the first time, it has 5 spaces for women and their children.
Say, is that your bed?
I think if there was more available, more women would seek help. And that's part of the problem, is the shame and the guilt and the covering it up and then not getting the care you need.
There she goes.
People receive counseling and job support, and there's a child care center on site for parents that need it.
The beautiful thing about Adult and Teen Challenge of Texas is that 78% maintain recovery 2 years post-graduation, and that's an incredible number that you just don't see very often. It's usually you're looking at 15%, 20% 2 years post.
Hardy wants other mothers to know that you have to take care of yourself to better care for your child.
I would say don't wait. There is help. There are options.
Now, if you know someone who needs support on their road to recovery, we have a link on our website, or you can call the number on your screen. It's 210-319-1325. Camila Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Still ahead on the Night Beat, makeup mock-up. For first responders, it's important training, but they couldn't do it without the help from people that are making it all look real. How makeup artists are part of the plan to keep our city safe. Plus, losing money doing laundry. Appliances are running up the bills this summer. What changes you can make to keep more cash in your pocket.
And a Texas police department making national headlines after a mistake they made was caught on camera. What they did to that innocent family next. Welcome back. The Frisco Police Department is apologizing to an Arkansas family after mistakenly pulling them over. That family was headed to a basketball tournament in Grapevine when the officer ran their license plate and thought the car was stolen. Officers then shut down an entire side of the highway, pulled the car over, and ordered the woman and her son to get out of the vehicle with their guns drawn. Now, once a sergeant arrived, police realized that they had made a mistake. There's no word right now if the officers involved will be facing any disciplinary action, and the department is still investigating that incident. All right, much of the country, just like us, gripped by extreme heat most of July, most of the summer, to be real. Parts of the Southwest, of course, seeing above average temperatures for more than a month. Meanwhile, in the Northeast, several cities, including New York and Philadelphia, now dealing with their first heat wave of the summer season.
Welcome to the heat. But ABC's Allison Cossack reports strong storms along the East Coast are bringing some relief to people there, while monsoon season could help temper the record-breaking heat in the Southwest.
Cities in the Northeast have been dealing with their first heat wave of the season, with 3 consecutive days at or above 90 degrees. Philadelphia declaring a heat health emergency amid temperatures in the 90s. Residents doing their best to stay cool.
It was really hot, so I'm just trying to relax, let him have fun, play in the water with some kids.
The heat index in New York City reaching into the triple digits over the past few days. But Saturday, cities along the East Coast are seeing some relief as storms usher in a cold front. More than 60 million Americans from Virginia to Maine on alert for dangerous thunderstorms. The strong winds bringing down trees in Washington. The city hit with wind gusts up to 84 miles per hour. Those storms moved through the Midwest over the past 24 hours. In Alden, Iowa, a possible tornado spotted Friday. The roof of this building damaged. Meanwhile, the Southwest continues to deal with record-breaking temperatures. Phoenix now on day 30 of temperatures at or above 110 degrees. El Paso, Texas has been above 100 degrees for 44 consecutive days. Some relief is on the way.
That monsoon is kicking in the Southwest, so that will help slowly temper some of the temperatures that have been so record high.
As we head into August, temperatures in the South and Southwest are forecast to be above average, while the northern half of the country could see below average temperatures. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
I think it's time to start pulling for a very early September cold front.
Yep. Yeah, that would be nice. We're really reaching, though. I mean,
even like a little bit of a pattern change that would bring us some notable rain chances. Anything except for these hot and dry conditions that we have seen. Okay, so today we did not hit the century mark though, right? 99 degrees was our afternoon high. If you remember earlier this month, we had a consecutive stretch of about 15 days in a row here in San Antonio where we at least had a high temperature of 100 degrees or higher. Then last Sunday, we did manage to find a few spotty storms, so our high was only 99. We broke that triple-digit streak, but then afterwards, since then, we've just seen more 100-degree temperatures. So today would have made day 34 of seeing a daytime high of 100 degrees or higher. Not too bad, though, when you consider where we were this time last year. By July 29th, we already had 49 days of those triple-digit temperatures. But of course, we will likely tack on to that number starting tomorrow and all the way through next week as well. So speaking of which, right now outside 91 degrees. Here's the good news. This afternoon, we were able to see some drier air mix down. So dew points were able to drop a little bit, and those feels like temperatures weren't as bad as they could have been, closer to the actual air temperature. Now, we know that we've been dealing with a plume of Saharan dust over the past couple of days. That's why we've had a haze in the sky. Here's some more good news. As we head into the back half of the weekend, throughout the day tomorrow, that's actually going to filter out of our area. So that means as we gear up for the upcoming work week, we will likely not see that haze in the sky. So that is going to improve with that plume of Saharan dust moving on out. But then the focus is still going to be the heat here in San Antonio. So tomorrow we've got a forecast forecast high of 101 should be well below the record of 105 that was set back in 2017. But after that, pretty much each day by the 31st and then heading into the first few days of August, you can see temperatures actually could build by a degree or two because high pressure is going to settle into the Lone Star State. So near record heat still in the forecast. And speaking of that high pressure system, you can see where the center of it is right now, anchored off to our northwest. But watch what happens tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. That moves farther eastward and it settles over the Lone Star State. What we see with high pressure systems sinking air. And as that air sinks to the ground, it compresses, and that's what helps those temperatures warm up. So tomorrow morning, we're going to start off in the 70s, similar to what we've seen over the past several mornings. Plenty of sunshine by lunchtime, a temperature around 92, and then into the afternoon, there's that forecast high of about 101. Sure, a few spots may top off in the upper 90s, but the vast majority of us in and around the San Antonio area expected to hit the triple digits. That trend continues all the way into the first few days of August. The good news is, though, as well, like what we saw today, humidity should drop a bit into the afternoon. So at least we've got that going for us. Heat index values shouldn't stray too far away from the actual air temperature.
I won't let my eyes glaze over. Hey, the humidity's lower, Tim.
September is a month away. Have that to look forward to. All right. Well, if you play football here in Texas, many young boys grow up thinking that one day they'll wear the star on their jersey, but very few reach that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we've got a young man from San Antonio who's actually reached that dream, kind of stepped back, and now he's trying to make that dream come true again. Larry Ramirez talks to him. We'll be back.
I want you guys to understand one thing. Jerry has put together one hell of a team this year. Now it's on the guys to bond and then what? Perform.
Hall of Famer Charles Haley, like E.F. Hutton, when he speaks, oh, you listen. Let's go camping with KSAT.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Went a little old school with the E.F. Hutton reference. It is an annual tradition for the Cowboys in camp at Oxnard. The opening ceremony on the first Saturday of camp. It is a big party welcoming the fans who love to come out and watch Cowboys practice, Cowboys cheerleaders. This year, 5-time Super Bowl champ Charles Haley were there. The Oxnard City Council also present to receive a donation from the Cowboys for $20,000 to go to this activities there for the youth in that area. One moment stole the show, though. That's when the mayor of Oxnard presented Jerry Jones with a trophy that looks similar to the one you win if you win the Super Bowl. Here's what Jerry said when he got that trophy.
Mayor, hand this trophy to me again. I want to practice how I'm going to handle the Super Bowl trophy.
This is for the Super Bowl.
Thank you. We're getting some good practice in here. Be fitting on opening day today.
Thank you so much.
It's been so long, they need some practice grabbing that trophy. I know, I went there. While at camp, Larry Ramirez got to sit down with Warren High School alum Dennis Houston. He is a wide receiver who is trying to make the 53-man roster yet again. Here's Larry in Oxnard going one-on-one with Dennis Houston.
Well, Dennis, hey, man, thank you for taking some time for us here at training camp. You're entering your second season here with the Cowboys. How are you feeling entering this training camp?
Definitely more comfortable, understanding what I'm asked of and what I need to do to earn a role on this team.
How confident are you coming into camp that you can grab one of the spots?
I'm very confident. I put the work in. I know what I had to do last year, and it's just going to take that times two, and I'm capable of doing it.
So last year you got into a couple of games, regular season games. You had a few passes thrown your way. You caught them. How does that help you prepare for the second season? And I just want to make you play even more because I gave you that taste.
Yeah, right. I mean, going back and looking at the film, making the corrections and critiquing those things in the offseason is going to help me improve and apply it to this year.
How cool was that for you to get to play in some regular season games? And I'm sure your parents and everybody has had to be so thrilled for you.
No, it was an amazing experience. My family, they loved it. They made it to every game I played in and still supported the team. And it was just an amazing experience for everybody, I would say.
Special teams, is that part of how you're going to make this squad as well?
It's a major aspect of the game that I'm going to have to be a part of.
Tell me about the wide receiver room, all the guys that are in there.
I mean, we got a good group. Everybody, it's serious, but we have our fun, and it's important that we hold each other accountable. That's a big thing in our room. And just trying to make each other better and elevating the focus and the play that we have on the field.
Is there one of you guys that's a little more jokester than the others?
I mean, we all have our share of moments, but there's no class clown or somebody that's always trying to crack a joke, but I mean, we have our moments.
What do you like about playing a wide receiver?
Scoring touchdowns.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of the glory. I mean, it's a glorified position, I would say. Like, the first thing you see when you turn the TV on is a receiver scoring touchdowns, or people making plays on offense. So that's what people want to see, so that's why I wanted to play it. I mean, that's not the main reason.
Man, it wasn't that long ago that you were playing high school ball for Warren High School in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Tell me about those days. I'm sure you remember them fondly.
I mean, I remember bits and pieces, but I remember making plays. I mean, I love San Antonio. I get every chance I get to go back. I make sure I do and show love to the people that supported me throughout the process, again, to the point I am today. I mean, I loved every bit of it with the guys that I was able to go to war with.
Do you still have family and friends back there?
Yeah, I got some people back there.
Okay. How often do you get back? Just whenever you can? I mean, it's not
when I have breaks, I try to go at least once a month.
Okay.
But I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen that way.
Sure.
But that's my goal, because my brother's there and my family's there. So
outside of family and your brothers, what do you miss most about San Antonio?
The Tex-Mex, I would guess. I mean, I don't eat too much Mexican food outside of San Antonio, because it just doesn't hit the same.
Okay.
So when I go, I make sure I go to a spots I used to go to when I'm there, and make sure I get some Tex-Mex.
All right, man. So, and last thing for you, Dennis, who is Dennis Houston as a person off the field, and who are you on the football field?
I'm pretty consistent on and off the field, hardworking. I try to be consistent in who I am as a person, try to help, mentor. Whenever my help is needed, I try to give it. I don't know, I just, it's people that know me know me.
Yeah.
I guess you'd say. I'm not too extrovert, but I got my circle, and that's just how I am.
Awesome, man. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, best of luck this season. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
We need another kid from San Antonio on the Cowboys. As we get Terrence Steele and then Dennis Houston, that'd be great. Hey, coming up, it's game day for San Antonio FC, and Jerry Jones has a message for us about the cool California weather. We'll have that for you the next half hour on the Nightbeat.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
We're so close to footballs being filling Saturdays and Sundays again.
Can't wait.
Yes.
See, good thoughts to think about. Think happy
late
thoughts.
every day again.
All right, let's move on. Still to come on the Nightbeat. Simulating disaster, how local artists and volunteers are helping first responders train for real-life chaos.
Plus, don't lose money doing your laundry, how to save a few extra bucks the next time you wash your clothes. Start by taking the money out of your pocket. We'll be right back. Tips are free.
Fresh bullet wounds, bruises, flesh and blood. It sounds like I'm talking about a horror movie, but it's also what makeup artists and volunteers are creating to train first responders. The Night Team's Patty Santos tells us how a free class is part of a larger plan to give police and medics the best chance to train for real-life disaster.
And now you have sear marks.
Using a little Vaseline, tissue paper, and makeup, Anthony Saldivar is introducing these volunteers to the art of casting, also known as moulage.
What will happen once I'm done with this, I'll be able to open this up to expose more skin underneath.
Silicone? Volunteers will use their practice skills during upcoming mass casualty training exercises for first responders across South Texas.
And our first responders will know what they're dealing with.
Now, it's pretty gory, but that's the point. It's to shock first responders.
It allows the doctors to think in those situations because they're visually cued by what they see. And so it allows them to think through how they would treat a patient with that type of wound.
Angela Morgan with the Emergency Preparedness Division of the Southwest Texas Regional Advisory Council, or STRAC, helps coordinate the free basic moulage training class.
They're volunteers from different walks of life. Some of them are first responders themselves.
This is the burn scar right here. But
also in this class are medical providers, even mortuary students like Hannah Shea.
So this would be entrance pretty small and then an exit wound, which is...
It took her about 40 minutes to create a bullet wound on her first session.
Sure, it's gross and like no one wants to think about it and be horrible if something ever did happen, but the fact that we do have the resources to have us be the best prepared that we can be is super important.
Now your makeup wedges, these are going to be the best thing to apply the latex.
Volunteers say no one wants to think about a mass crisis, but it's important to support those who will see it.
Once the fluid is introduced, blood is introduced, it makes the first responders on the exercise think a lot quicker and a lot more effectively because of how visceral the wounds can be with what the artists do here for them.
That was Patty Santos reporting. So you just watched that and you're thinking, how can I learn to do that too? Well, STRAC has about 40 people on their volunteer list, but they do need more because they help train so many agencies around South Texas. If you are interested in going to the next class, just find the story on our website, KSAT.com.
Happening around America tonight, 5 people are in the hospital and police are investigating after a shooting in Seattle that happened in a parking lot last night in the southern part of the city. Police say dozens of rounds were fired from at least 2 shooters. 2 of those victims suffered life-threatening injuries. Right now, investigators still don't know what led up to that incident.
The Oklahoma City District Attorney dropping all charges against 7 police officers involved in 3 deadly shootings from 2020. That does include charges against 5 officers that shot and killed a 15-year-old armed robbery suspect. Case documents say that teen had dropped his weapon before being shot more than a dozen times. Authorities claim they determined the use of force was justified after reviewing body cam video and other evidence from the shootings. All 3 cases were dismissed with prejudice.
Former President Donald Trump trying to reverse court rulings in 2 of his current criminal cases. Trump is trying to appeal a ruling that prevents him from moving his hush money payment case to a federal court. The judge over that case denied the original request to bring it to a federal court after finding the alleged criminal conduct had nothing to do with Trump's role as president. The former president pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records to conceal the reimbursement of hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. The trial is scheduled to start next March.
In D.C. now, President Biden and his administration announced a new weapons package for Taiwan. This will be the first time the U.S. has given equipment to Taiwan under what's known as the Presidential Drawdown Authority. The $345 million package will give Taiwan weapons directly from the Defense Department inventories. The U.S. previously allowed Taiwan to purchase weapons instead of delivering equipment direct from our inventories. It's unclear, though, what equipment is included in the package. Straight ahead on the Nightbeat, beating the heat in a different way. The cost of using your appliances goes up when it's hot outside. How to save a few bucks when you go to wash your clothes. That's next.